We all have dreams, ambitions that push us forward, that light a fire in our hearts and make us feel alive. But what happens when the road to those dreams isn't as smooth as we imagined? When challenges appear and results don't come as quickly as we expected? Have you ever found yourself wondering if you're on the right path or if you should just give up? The truth is, this is a question many of us face. No one said that achieving your dreams would be easy. In fact, it often feels like a test of strength, patience, and faith. But what if I told you that every obstacle you face is part of a bigger plan, a plan that is unfolding, even when it seems like nothing is happening? You see, as chosen ones, you are not just here by chance. Your dreams, your struggles, and your journey all have meaning. The path you walk, though filled with challenges, is not a random one. There is a purpose in every step, a divine plan guiding you toward your destiny. And while it may not always feel like it, God has placed these dreams in your heart for a reason. Now, I know it's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen right away. Society often tells us that success is instant, that if we don't see results right now, we failed. But that's not the truth. Real growth, real transformation takes time. And you are part of something much bigger than just the short-term victories or setbacks you face. Think about it. How many times have you been tempted to quit only to find that after persevering a little longer, you reach the breakthrough you were waiting for? It's in those moments, when you feel like giving up, that you are actually being tested for something greater. And even though it may feel difficult, these moments are where your true strength lies. So, let's take a step back and reflect. Are you willing to trust that, even when the results aren't immediate, your path is still unfolding exactly as it's meant to? The challenges are not signs of failure, but invitations to grow stronger, to build resilience, and to trust in the greater plan at work. This is where your journey begins, embracing the challenge with faith, patience, and a deep understanding that your dreams are worth the persistence. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Persistence is often misunderstood. Many see it simply as enduring through hardship, as if it's nothing more than sheer resistance to adversity. But true persistence goes much deeper than that. It's not just about holding on when things get tough. It's about being fully committed to your purpose, even when the journey becomes uncertain and the obstacles seem insurmountable. Think about it. How many times have you felt discouraged because things weren't progressing as fast as you'd hoped? How often have you thought about quitting just before you were about to break through? It's a natural feeling, one that we all face. But what if I told you that these moments are not signs of failure, but part of the process of growth? Persistence is about the strength to keep moving forward, even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's the understanding that every step you take is part of a much bigger picture. It's a recognition that the delays, the challenges, and the frustrations are all ingredients in the recipe for success. These things aren't obstacles to your dreams. They are part of the divine process that's shaping you into the person you need to be to fulfill your purpose. God does not promise that the path will be easy, but He does promise to be with us every step of the way. When you feel like you can't go on, it's His strength that carries you through. And every time you continue despite the difficulties, you are demonstrating your trust in the greater plan He has for your life. Your persistence reflects your faith in Him and in the path He's laid out for you. Now, you might ask, why do we often give up before we see the reward? It's easy to get caught in the trap of impatience. We live in a world that celebrates instant gratification, and when things don't happen quickly, it can feel like we're failing. But here's the truth. Not achieving immediate results is not the same as failing. In fact, it's often a sign that you are in the midst of a deeper process, one that requires time to cultivate, nurture, and grow. Think about the roots of a tree. They grow slowly out of sight, before the tree ever pushes above the ground. And once it does, it stands tall and strong, able to weather storms and reach incredible heights. If the roots had been rushed, the tree wouldn't have had the foundation it needed to thrive. Your persistence is like those roots, silent, steady, and necessary for the strong branches that will one day appear. The key is to adopt a long-term mindset. The journey to your dreams may not be quick, but it will be worth it. Remember, it's not about the immediate results. It's about the person you are becoming as you pursue them. Every challenge you face, every delay you encounter, is a lesson. And with each lesson, you are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. So, take a deep breath. Release the anxiety of needing to see everything unfold right now. Trust that the process is working, even when it's not visible. God's plan is in motion, and each step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your destiny. Will you trust the journey enough to keep going, even when the rewards are out of sight? The persistence you show today will build the foundation for tomorrow's success. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the challenges in your life? Perhaps it feels like you're constantly facing one obstacle after another, and it seems like nothing is going the way you envisioned. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeing these difficulties as setbacks or signs that you're on the wrong path. But what if I told you that these very obstacles could be the stepping stones to something far greater than you imagine? Imagine for a moment that the struggles you face today might not be random. What if they're all part of a much bigger plan? One that leads you to exactly where you need to be. The challenges you encounter may appear as impediments, but in reality, they may be shaping you, preparing you for a future that's beyond your current understanding. This is where faith becomes truly powerful. Faith isn't simply waiting for things to improve on their own. It's about trusting in the bigger plan even when you can't see the whole picture. It's about having the courage to keep moving forward one step at a time, even when the next step isn't clear. This is where your trust in the divine plan comes into play. God's guidance is there, even when the path seems unclear. Have you ever paused to consider that perhaps what you're going through right now is part of a preparation for something even more significant in your life? Just think about it for a moment. The difficulties, the times when you felt like giving up, might be laying the groundwork for something far greater than you can comprehend at this moment. The discomfort you're feeling now may be the very thing that shapes you into the person you need to be to accomplish your dreams. It's natural to feel uncertain when things aren't going as planned. But when we trust in God's vision for our lives, we begin to see that each challenge, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to build the resilience, wisdom, and strength necessary to fulfill the calling on your life. Every step you take, even when the road is tough, is one step closer to the person you're meant to become. Let me ask you this. When you think about the bigger picture, do you trust that everything you're going through right now is leading you towards something extraordinary? Trusting in the process doesn't mean the journey will always be easy, but it does mean that, ultimately, you are being prepared for what's ahead. It's not about waiting for your dreams to magically appear. It's about knowing deep down that each challenge you face is a part of your evolution. God doesn't promise that the path will be without struggle, but He does promise that He's there with you every step of the way. The path may be uncertain, but it is exactly as it needs to be to mold you into who you're meant to be. When you trust that God's plan is unfolding as it should, you'll begin to see each obstacle as an invitation to grow and evolve. So, keep moving forward. The path might not always be easy, but trust that every challenge, every setback, is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. The plan God has for your life is far bigger than you can imagine, and every step you take brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. In the journey toward your dreams, persistence is more than just waiting for things to happen. It's about taking consistent action, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Too often, we expect quick outcomes, but real growth takes time. True persistence means showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that your efforts are adding up, even when you can't see them yet. Think of persistence as a daily commitment. It's not about pushing yourself to the limit every single day, but about making steady, intentional progress toward your goals. It's about the small victories, the seemingly insignificant steps that, when combined, create something much bigger than we could have imagined. You don't need to see the end result right away. What matters is the momentum you create with each step you take. Take a moment and reflect on this. What is the first small step you can take today, even if you don't see immediate results? It might feel daunting to make progress when you can't see the finish line, but that's where faith comes in. Faith isn't about waiting for everything to be perfect or for all the conditions to align. Faith is about acting, even when the path ahead is unclear. Consider this example. Imagine someone working tirelessly on their dream, day in and day out. At first, it seems like nothing is happening. Progress feels invisible, and the rewards seem distant. But that person doesn't stop. They keep working, showing up, and doing their best, even when the results aren't immediate. Then, one day, all those small efforts come together, and success shows up in a way that feels like a breakthrough. It wasn't overnight, but all the work they put in, the action they took day after day, finally manifests. Now, think about your own dreams. Maybe you've been working hard, but the results aren't showing up as quickly as you'd like. It's easy to get discouraged, but remember, true success comes from consistent effort. It's the daily steps that build momentum and turn dreams into reality. This is where the power of action comes into play. It's not about waiting for a sign, for everything to be aligned perfectly, or for the perfect time to start. It's about moving forward, step by step, even if those steps seem small or insignificant in the moment. The key is to keep going, to keep trusting that the small actions you take today are contributing to something much greater. Faith doesn't always mean waiting for a miracle. It means moving forward even when you don't see immediate results. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect. You just need to keep going. Each action, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. You might not see it yet, but over time, those little steps add up to big changes. And remember, the journey isn't about instant gratification. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about being willing to put in the work every single day, even when the results aren't clear. As you stay focused on your purpose, you begin to realize that success is not a destination. It's the process of persistent action, moving forward, and trusting that your efforts are leading you somewhere greater. So, take action today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Just take the first small step and keep moving. Trust that, over time, your persistence will pay off, and that the small actions you take now will lead you to the success you've been striving for. As we talk about success, it's important to remember that success isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about the journey, the process of persistence, and the growth that happens along the way. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every lesson you learn is part of your success story. The journey itself is a success in its own right, and each day you persist is an achievement to celebrate. Think about it. Success isn't just a moment you finally achieve your goal. It's about who you become in the process, the way you handle setbacks, the wisdom you gain, and the strength you build along the way. That's where the true value lies. As you persist, even when the results aren't immediately visible, you are changing. You are evolving. And that transformation is a success in itself. Can you see how much you've grown, even before reaching your final goal? It's easy to get caught up in the end result, especially when things feel tough. But when you look back at the person you were when you started, you'll realize just how far you've come. Even without achieving everything yet, you've gained resilience, wisdom, and patience. These qualities are part of your success, just as much as the goal itself. Remember, the process of persistence doesn't just bring you closer to your dreams. It shapes you into someone who is capable of handling those dreams. It strengthens you, makes you wiser, and prepares you for everything that lies ahead. The challenges you face now are not roadblocks, but stepping stones that are helping you grow into the person you need to be in order to achieve your dreams. The journey isn't always easy, and there will be moments when you wonder if it's all worth it. But every challenge, every setback, and every victory along the way is a part of the beautiful story of persistence that will eventually lead to your success. The greatest success, however, is not the achievement of the goal, but the transformation you undergo while pursuing it. Your character, your strength, and your wisdom are the true rewards of your persistence. As you keep moving forward, Trust that the process is making you into the person you need to be to not only reach your goals, but also to live them out in a way that is meaningful and fulfilling. The success is in your growth, and that growth is part of the grand plan God has designed for you. So, as you celebrate each small step along the way, remember that success isn't just a destination. It's the transformation that happens within you. Every day you persist, you are becoming more of the person you were meant to be. Trust that the journey itself is worth celebrating, and that every moment of persistence is bringing you closer to your dreams. Keep going, embrace the process, and remember, the best part of your success is not the end result, but the person you become along the way. You are not just working toward your dreams. You are becoming the person who can achieve them, and that is the greatest success of all. As we come to the end of this journey, let's reflect on the core message we've discussed. Persistence is not merely about enduring. It's about trusting and believing in the process, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Every obstacle you encounter, every challenge you face, is not there to stop you, but to shape you, to guide you toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Persistence is an essential part of the process. It's the unwavering commitment to your dreams, even when the path isn't always clear, even when the results are not immediate. It's the belief that your efforts, no matter how small they seem, are making a difference. Each step forward, each bit of progress, is bringing you closer to the life you envision. When you align yourself with the greater plan that God has for you, you are tapping into a strength that is beyond your own. That inner strength will carry you through the hardest moments, reminding you that you are capable, that you are chosen for greatness. The journey will not always be easy, but every challenge is part of your evolution, part of preparing you for what's to come. So, as you continue moving forward, embrace this journey as one of continuous learning and transformation. Understand that your persistence is a reflection of your faith, not only in yourself but in the greater purpose that is guiding your steps. With each day, you are growing, learning, and becoming more equipped to step into the life that awaits you. Persisting is not just about resisting the hardships. It is about believing that, even when it feels like you're standing still, you are exactly where you need to be. Persisting is about trusting that you are being prepared for something greater, something more profound, that only you are meant to fulfill. So, keep believing in the process, even when you can't see the full picture. You are right where you are meant to be. As you look ahead, remember that this is only the beginning. The future is full of possibilities, and the choice to move forward is yours. What will your next step be? The choice is in your hands, and you have everything within you to take that step with confidence. You are on the right path, and the perseverance you've shown is already shaping the future you're destined to live. Keep going, trust in the journey, and remember that the best is yet to come.